Welcome back. How you guys doing? Let's get ready to get into another show today. This is part two of the Warriors transition, the Warrior transition. So make sure if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, join the conversation. Let's get ready. Let's get ready to get into this show. Welcome back to another episode on the Warriors Vision. I'm getting comfortable saying that now. The Warriors Vision. How you guys doing? I didn't upload the video podcast of episode 1 because I didn't like how my transitions and everything was not popping up like it's supposed to be doing. So this one, it should definitely be on the YouTube channel, the Warriors Collection Network. So it's youtube.com/Warriors Collection Network. If you want to watch the video, this one will be up. I haven't come up with a concrete schedule of when I will be releasing these podcast episodes. I feel like I want to do them when I want to do them, when I move to do them. I have a list of, titles for, said episodes. I just don't have dates by them. I'm not, married to a certain date where a podcast episode will be released. It's more based off of what's going on in the world, where I am at mentally, or what I might be viewing or seeing or whatever. And that's when a podcast episode will come out. So it will definitely be every week, hopefully. Depends on what's going on. And I'm not trying to put out no nonsense. Not trying to put out anything that's not worthy, or that's not going to be beneficial to people who are listening. So I want to put out things that are beneficial to people that are listening, and I don't want to just put out any mess. So with that being said, I probably won't have a schedule. Probably won't have a schedule. But I'm believing at least once a week I'll have an episode out. I'm believing once a week I'll have an episode out. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Warriors Collection Network. Also subscribe to wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify. I think Spotify has a follow button. Who else? Amazon, iHeartRadio. Right now I'm trying to get on Pandora, and all the other little ones. But we'll go through all that after the topic is discussed and final. So how are you guys doing? Today we are talking, as you see there, the Warrior Transition Part 2. I didn't want the first episode to be a long episode. I just wanted I wanted to get in and get out. You guys know I'm here. The season is here. Season 4 is here. The podcast is back. So now let's go ahead and cover the rest of that Warrior transition. If you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to episode 1, season 4, the whole transition, how we transition from the See Through It podcast to the Warriors Vision, how we transition, from a certain lifestyle of what we thought we wanted, right, to the lifestyle that we're currently in, and what we're trying to not perfect, but really grow strong and develop a strong mindset and will to be self-sustainable and self-efficient in everything that we're doing. So it's a process, and I'm gonna take you guys along the journey with us. We're definitely going to document the ups and downs and the wins and the losses and all of that. Right now, we're, like I said before in episode one, I believe I told you guys, right now we are renting. And on this property that we're renting, it's about 8.5 acres. So that allowed me to really view what acreage is, because when you hear acreage, you don't really, your mind, or when you see acreage, I should say, when you see it on paper, you don't really pick up what that actually looks like. You can't really fathom how big an acre is. Um, so we're out here with 8.5, and that's a good size. That's a good size. That's a very good size. I've been wanting, whenever we do purchase our property, I've been wanting before I seen the 8.5. I've been wanting to have like 30 plus. I wanted to have 30 plus so I can have absolute freedom to do whatever I want, create little trails, ATVs, be able to shoot, be able to, go out into the woods and build things. Just absolute freedom. 30 acres, I feel like I will be able to do whatever I want to do, get lost on my own land, and just, have a ball. Um, so now, being able to see 8.5, I'm still wanting that. I have a better idea of what it looks like and what I can do, but it's definitely an eye opener to actually see and understand how big how big an acreage, goodness, how big that is. So, but let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Warrior transition. I said on the episode one that it has been a full transition, and we had to be warriors in this transition. I feel like for part two, we have to understand and recognize that in a transition, you're gonna come across some things. You're gonna come across fear. You're gonna come across the fact that you might have to be uncomfortable in something you've never experienced, something you've never been a part of, something you have no understanding of knowledge of. You gonna have to be uncomfortable. And it's that other factor of the unknown. Like, what are we really getting into? What are we really doing? And that was a huge part of the transition from where we were in Virginia Beach to where we are now in Alabama. And I personally had to face all those head on, because my whole life I grew up, you know, in a city. I never lived on a farm. I never lived in the country. I never was exposed to country lifestyle, uh, you know, camping or any of that. So this was all new besides my time in the army. I believe that's when I actually fell in love with it. Quick story. When I was younger, I hated getting dirty. I didn't like getting dirty. I didn't like mud getting on my shoes. I didn't like getting dirty at all. We would play outside, and I was a part of it. But just to be playing in dirt, stepping in dirt, or stepping in mud or stuff like that, not me. I didn't want no parts of that. When I joined the army, that was a part of me. Mud, dirt, camping for days on end without showers or whatever. That was a part of me, and sleeping out there in nature and just hearing your thoughts and nature, that was a part of me now. And I never would have thought that I would have wanted that outside of the army. I never would have. I never crossed my mind like this is what I wanted. And as we transitioned to Virginia Beach from Indiana, like I said, we wanted the condo life, we wanted the ocean life, we wanted to. I think there's a saying, the salt life. We wanted that. We wanted to be overlooking the ocean and sushi and seafood and that lifestyle. And then like I said, 2020 happened. All this is on episode one. 2020 happened, and it was time to That's when that all that came back and it was time to go. But the transition was real. So a couple of things that I feared was not knowing if this was what I really wanted. You know, not knowing if, well, that's the unknown part. Did I have fear? Uh, I think the only thing I feared was my wife gonna be okay with it. If you can count that as a fear. I don't think I had a fear because I don't really fear much. I don't, I fear God. I don't fear anything else. So, um, yeah, I would say that I didn't really have to counter or meet fear in that whole transition, but I did have to come in contact with the unknown and being comfortable and going to transitioning to uncomfortable. So that was my process. I had to all the things that I have known about the city. No bugs. Uh, I know they was gonna come out here and spray at the apartments to kill off any rodents or insects. I knew that the power was gonna be on constantly. The internet was gonna be great. Um, I knew these things, but moving out into the sticks, what was it gonna be like? I was I mean we trained, but I got to go back. Now I'm taking uprooting my family, and we're gonna be here. So that was the unknown. Will I be able to, you know, deal with the bugs or um, be out here and just be out here? Because while you're out here, the internet is not that good. Storms can roll in and knock out internet, which is I think the internet is like satellite, so that's why another reason why I'm doing the podcast recorded because the internet's not strong enough for a live show. But all those things, that was a part of my being comfortable back in the city, knowing that there wasn't gonna be tons of bugs and I was gonna have the best internet. I could get to the store. I can do all these things. I can be distracted with so many things, Hulu and all that. Here, I don't have any of that. I don't have any of that. So I was concerned or worried, like, what am I do? Even though I had this brand, this Warriors Collection brand, which is based on disconnecting from society, or not society, but from the system, and becoming more dependent on myself and a small community of being able to do things, growing food and all that. Like that was the whole Warriors Collection thing. But was I really ready? Was I really wanting that? Like it was a thought. This would go good with the Warriors Collection brand. This will all flow. This is the Warrior thing, right? And when it was time to move and really jump into that, I was like, is this what I really wanted? You have to, anytime there's a transition, you have to recognize that those things, you're going to get uncomfortable. And being uncomfortable is a good thing because once you cross over from being comfortable to uncomfortable, you see what was on the other side of that. And what was on the other side of being uncomfortable getting here was total freedom. Being able to breathe, being able to just, walk the property and relax and not hear, neighbors fighting or, some nonsense across the road or, worried about, oh, here they go, they about to start fighting or, you don't have to worry about any of that. You can do what you want out here whenever you want to and not worry about someone telling you you can't or be in your face saying, why are you doing that? You don't have to worry about that. And I'm pretty sure people, you can take this whole thing and apply it to your own lifestyle, with jobs. Some people stay in the same career field for years because they get comfortable. Even though they might hate that job, they get comfortable and they don't want to change career fields, even though it's not, it might be paying the bills, but it's working them to death. They never really like the position or the job, period, but they just stay in it. Why do that? Because you don't want to get uncomfortable. And and see what might be on the other side of that. In life, I'm learning that we have hurdles, we have walls. We have hurdles and we have walls, and you have to get over those, or you have to break through those. And if we don't break through those or get over those walls and hurdles, we're going to be stuck in the same place and never know what could have been because of our fear, because of us being too comfortable, because of the unknown, not knowing what could be. We will be stagnant and in the same place for the rest of our lives because of those things. And I wanted no parts of that. I did not want to live the rest of my life inside an apartment because of I've never lived in the country, or I never lived in the sticks and I don't know what to expect, or I never, experienced all these things. I didn't want to just be like, you know what, let's just stay in this apartment. I can build this brand here, and I can go hiking when I can, and we'll just we'll just be here and be comfortable, and this will be good. I didn't want that life. I didn't want that lifestyle no more. I was tired of being comfortable and living the same lifestyle over and over again while everything around me was crumbling. I wanted freedom. So the transition was to go get freedom. We left, we conquered the unknown, we conquered the being uncomfortable part. And now we look at it, and now we just have all these plans and these goals and these dreams of what we want to do with this new, this new lifestyle that we're in. And that's what I'm trying to tell you today. If you're going to transition, if you want to transition, if you're tired of working the same job, if you're tired of being, doing the same things over and over again, and something inside of you wants to do something else, you gotta break through that hurdle. Break through. You gotta jump over that hurdle. You gotta bust through that wall. You gotta conquer your fear. You can't allow fear to keep you as a prisoner in that spot, because you'll always be thinking, "What if?" Because you'll think, "What if?" and then you'll get excited, and then fear will be like, "Come back in here. You sit right there. Don't you move. Don't you have any more of those thoughts." And then you're sitting right there. Don't allow fear to put you in a box and keep you as a prisoner. Don't allow being comfortable just for being comfortable to keep you comfortable just because you're comfortable, even though you don't even want to be there. Don't get comfortable. It is time to get uncomfortable, because on the other side of uncomfortable is that freedom, is that happiness. It's there. You just got to go get it. It's not going to come to us. It's not going to present itself saying, "Hey, I'm here. This is the list of things that's going to happen." And no, no, no. That's not how life works. We got to go through things. We got to experience it step by step. So when we finally get to it, this is we release that deep breath, that sigh. And that's exactly what happened. I'm not lying. I think the third day, as I said, I think it took about a day or so. I would say the third day. The third day outside. I stepped outside. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning, I believe. No, 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 no. 6:15. 6:15 in the morning. As I was doing a walk of the property, and I just I felt like the pressure and the weight of everything was off me. I felt free. Like literally, if I wanted to, I can throw a rock from my porch all the way. There's a swamp in the back somewhere. I can do whatever I want. I mean, it's crazy, and I was never able to do that in this city. I was never able to do that. I was never able to do those things. So I hope this this transition, if you're looking to make a transition in your life, If you're looking to do something that you've never done before, but you've been scared because of fear, or you've been too comfortable and you don't want to get uncomfortable, I'm telling you right now, take that step. Do it. Jump over that hurdle, conquer your fear, and you will see that this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been wanting to do. Why did it take me so long? You got to warrior up. Warrior up. This transition is not for the faint of heart. This is you gotta conquer some things, and you gotta be a warrior doing it. So I hope this message was clear. I hope the part two was easy to understand, and it motivated you to go out there and create your own transition into a better lifestyle, into to whatever you wanted it to be. Jobs, new state, new city, whatever the case may be. I hope that this empowers you to do those same things. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into our contact information. As you see there, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com Warriors Collection Network. Follow me on Twitter, see-through-it-one, facebook.com/Warriors Collection Network. Go to that page and give it a like, thumbs up, join the conversation there. Follow me on Instagram at Brian Sales. Also follow the brand at Warriors_Collection_. And if you have, we're going to bring back the real life defining moments. So email me your real life defining moment stories, and we'll, air them out on the podcast and talk about it if you feel like doing so. So email me those stories. If you'd like to donate and help support this the podcast, paypal.me/Warriors Collection. As you see here, the audio podcast, you can catch all the audio wherever. We're just missing one, I believe. Pandora is one of the major ones, but Anchor FM, Anchor.fm, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio is the new one, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Overcast, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Very big shout out to everyone that supports the show. Oh my goodness, I can't even speak. Holy Mac. What is happening? The contributors to the show. Oh my gosh. But yeah, thank you to all the contributors to the show. Papa White out there in Tennessee, thank you, sir. Tori in Virginia, thank you. And the Justice Avengers, thank you guys. All the talks that we've had and the little tidbits of information on how to do certain things and the motivation to keep going, I greatly appreciate it. And then all to you listeners out there, all the viewers out there, thank you for watching and listening. It's greatly appreciated. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So with that being said, folks, guys, I hope this part two was very helpful. I hope it motivates you to, go conquer something. Conquer it. Like the saying goes, you conquer the mind, the body will follow. Your body has to follow whatever you're doing. your body has to follow whatever you're doing. So conquer your fears, conquer, being uncomfortable, and do the thing. All right. So I'm your host, Brian Sales. This is the Warriors Vision podcast, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.